jumping live into our main community, and I'm so excited to be able to be here for you. Hello. My name is Janessa Oriel. I'm the head of community here at Sell with Amy, and I am so excited to be able to be live. Friends, it's almost the end of the year. Last week, I was live and terrified, mainly because I put myself in an uncomfortable situation, and I encourage each of you to put yourselves in an uncomfortable situation often, right? We talk about this all the time here in the Sell with Amy community. And so I wanted to be able to chat today about a couple things. One, the shipping deadline, if it hasn't already passed for your company or is not passing today, or it is likely passing in the very near future. So if you have not yet finished hustling to maximize before the shipping deadline for the holiday season, strongly encourage you to keep doing that. That said, if you are past the shipping deadline or just want to join me here, I strongly encourage you to take a few moments and reflect on what you've done this year. Take a few moments to recognize the accomplishments that you have achieved, whether it be attending a conference, whether it be growing your business, whether it be just staying in business despite life and chaos and whatever happened this particular year. This is that season where we go from the holiday chaos, if you get wrapped up in it and you're just constantly on this massive to-do list, right? Following your own personal to-do list, you don't, sometimes people forget to reflect on all that has happened this year, good or bad. If there's been some challenging things that have happened in your life, and I will say, if you've been here since the beginning of the year, you know that I had some challenging things going on in the beginning of the year. Personally, I was looking back last night at this particular year and just really, really proud of what's happened, right? Proud of this community, proud to be able to be a part of this community, to be able to come here and be real and to share with each of you, to watch it grow, to see the number of new friends that we've had join this community, whether it be if they're new to direct sales as a whole, or whether they are, just if they've been in direct sales for a long time and just had a friend that was kind enough to share Sell with Amy or Maven, right, before, because we changed our name this year. We are so grateful that you are here. Now I see that friends are joining. I don't know if I can see comments. Sometimes it lets me, sometimes it doesn't, but I want you to go ahead. I would love it, and it would make my heart swell if you could drop something in the comments. Oh, Ida's here, yes. If you can drop something in the comments below that lets me know, or something in the comments that you are proud of for this year, for 2019. Let's do some reflection, friends. I'd love to know just something you're proud of, whether it's growing your team, like I said, staying in business, doing a ton of to-dos, mastering the Sell with Amy app, or even just being brave enough to download it and utilize it for your business. What are you proud of this year? Hi, Christina. Yay, we have friends. We have friends live. I love it. So I'd love to hear that. And then I also want to talk a little bit about, I was having a conversation earlier this morning with a friend that is a seller here. And so I was chatting with her about going through and taking a look at, for example, the to-do preferences. So for example, we mentioned, go ahead and go through your message templates. So if you were to go through message templates, let's go ahead and update these message templates frequently. So that way we have lots of friends. Christina says, good morning. You must be on the West Coast. And Lisa says her sales were better than in 2018. That's incredible. So she's improved in terms of sales. I'm going to shout you out if you comment live. It would make my heart happy. If you're catching us on the hashtag after party, please let us know, because we really want to cheer you on as well. I get giddy at this time of year because it's my favorite. Okay, back to task. Let the squirrels run away. So we often talk about updating our message templates, because what happens is our message templates, we want them to change with the season, and we want them, if someone's purchased from us a few months in a row, for example, we want to make sure they're not seeing the same message templates. We want to make sure to update it, make it sound like us, make it sound unique to you, so that way when someone reaches out, they don't think it's some automatic service, right? So ideally you're going through your message templates, but we don't often talk about to-do preferences. Now, one of my favorite sellers, we've known her for a few years, she did a really interesting talk at a conference for her company, and she said she does not do 2-2-2, so following up 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months after an order. She actually narrows that time frame down to as narrow as possible. And the reason for that is the reason she does that is because she wants to be able to connect and engage with her customer whether they've received their items or not. Because this particular company that she's with can have some longer shipping time frames. And so she realized if she was waiting until the customer received the order, she was not taking advantage and connecting with the customer before that order came to get them more pumped and excited to rip into that box the minute it landed on the door. She also recognized if she was able to reach out to that customer more frequently, she was reducing her sales cycle. What I mean by that, if any of you have been in food service, you know that the quicker you turn over your tables, the more tips you have to earn, right? Assuming you're providing great customer service. Same thing goes for your products. If you are connecting with your customers and building that enthusiasm and excitement for the products that they did buy, and then following back up with them in a sooner time frame. So I think she did thank you one day after the order, checking in to see, just checking in the second follow-up 1 week after the order, and then she follows up 4 weeks after the order. So that way, instead of waiting 2 whole months, she's actually done the whole cycle within a month. That allows her to connect with her customers, make sure that they are seeing her name more often and thinking about the products that she offers more often. Let me tune into the comments here. Ida says, I'm proud of advancing and helping others start their businesses. Also that I'll be leaving my full-time job in February. Ida, that makes me so happy. Guys, I don't want to cry, but okay. Kim Stone says, I'm proud of increasing my online sales with Amy. Cara Beth says, proud that I kept up with all my orders with Amy. Yes, Cara Beth. Friends, if your company is not partnered with the Sell with Amy app and you are manually entering those orders, I encourage you to ensure that all your December orders are in immediately after that shipping deadline. If you don't have a constant or system or routine to get them in on a daily basis. That is really impressive, Cara Beth, because it's a really challenging thing. James got really consistent with connecting with customers, and I know James, based on our previous conversations, that has done incredible things for your business. Christina says, working on follow-ups was a game changer and a lot better this year. Yes. James says, yep, I love the reminders to change them up. James says he's at a 1-1-2. That's a great in terms of follow-ups and those to-dos. So this is a quick reminder to go ahead and do that. Guys, I love reading those. One of the things, so story time, over 3 years ago, it's been over 3 years since I first downloaded the Sell with Amy app, at the time the Maven app, onto my phone, and I was connecting with our CEO, just chatting about it. Has it been 3 years? It's been 3 years. And it's funny because I remember having this conversation with her, and I'm gonna get squishy, friends, we're just doing it. I remember having this conversation with her, telling her, this is going to change the industry for the better. This has the potential to allow individuals who genuinely work this as a side hustle or as a hobby, because we know, friends, raise your hands or give me hearts if you signed up to be a kidnapper and then all of a sudden enjoyed the products and enjoyed the business more than you thought, right? This is not an uncommon thing. This is something that typically happens. Somebody signs up for the products themselves and then suddenly falls in love with the people, the products, and the community that comes with direct sales. So I was saying this opens the gates for those individuals who work this. I'm seeing all the hearts now, thanks friends, and thumbs ups. This allows individuals to genuinely step into this business and not have it consume their whole lives. It means that I don't have to sit down for a power hour, for example, every day. I don't know about you, but with a full-time job, 2 children, and activities, it's just not going to happen, right? But there are individuals who have taken this and allowed their allowed this tool to be a great opportunity to work with their teams, so that way they can offer this to more individuals that do want to dabble in it but don't have the time to invest. And also it just provides this great structure and framework, so that way it's not so overwhelming. You don't need to jump in and create graphics and do all sorts of things to create this online presence. You can step in as you are, find the people that you know and love, and then connect with them in a genuine way. And that's the goal of the app. And it makes me really, really proud and excited to be able to see. Ida says, yes, it's a game changer for me. It's funny, that phrase, game changer, comes up often. And I love it because it comes up every few months where all of a sudden everyone will say, it's a game changer for the business. And it truly is incredible to watch somebody who has been either in this industry for a very long time and has great systems that work for them, but their teams don't necessarily have the systems because they don't know how to get started. Having those individuals work with the app and seeing how it can make it much more approachable, easier, and easier to adopt and just run with, right? We've seen people reach leadership within months, less than a year, from starting to leadership levels. And it's really, really incredible, largely in part because they're doing the work with the app, right? And I encourage you, if you are consistent with the app, for a full month, see if it's your BME, best month ever, right? Because we've heard that over and over. Ida says, Power Hour wasn't happening for her. I can't tell you how many relationships I built because of Amy. Isn't that incredible? James says it is. Aubrey says it's a total game changer. One of the other things that we've talked about here a few times, and I want to encourage you, whether you have a team of one, which is yourself, or of a larger team, we've had a number of leaders come in and say the team follow-ups is one of the best things that has happened for this app, because they know how to run their businesses, they know how to sell, but they don't necessarily have the wherewithal or the capacity or bandwidth to be able to connect with their downline. Now, sometimes the downline can become, if you're extremely successful, if you've got hundreds of individuals in your downline, it can be really hard to connect with each of those individuals on a one-on-one basis. That's where these team follow-ups come in, and oftentimes it can generate some really interesting conversations. We've seen a few screenshots of some of them that have come back saying, I don't really know how to tackle this. I don't know how to share these products. I don't know how to go about doing it. And if the leader not reached out, they would have never known that this particular downline was struggling, or just was a little bit of deer in headlights, right? So we strongly encourage you, if you have not yet used that and you do have a team underneath you, we encourage you to connect and support and work with them. If you do not have a partnership, then you will need to manually go through and list individuals as a team member. So for example, Dash is listed as a level 2 team member. In this example, level 1 is the level that will actually get those 3 reminders a month, the beginning of the month, mid-month, and end of month for check-in. So I encourage you, my whole point of today's talk was genuinely to take some time and reflect. I will be here next week, but we will, the hashtag Team Amy will be having a holiday break to spend time with our family, but I will definitely be here next week, and I'm excited to connect with you. We're also looking towards 2020. Oh man, and am I excited about that? So I am looking forward to being able to connect with you, and we are, I don't want to share too much. We're not done here for 2019 at hashtag Team Amy. We're still working on some goodies that we are hoping to share with you in the near future. I can't share what those are because I can't share those with you, but we're also looking at what might be coming in 2020 and things that we can do to make sure that this is tremendously helpful and invaluable to you. So before next week, something that would be helpful for me is if there's something that you'd like some training on, please drop that in the comments. I would love to be able to review that and make sure to bring it to you next week. If there's something that you are genuinely, if you have a question about something in your account, please shoot us a message to our support team. You can get there by going to account, scrolling down to support. There is a plethora of options here. If you go ahead and go to the contact us button, you can reach out to us via Facebook, Messenger, or email. We are happy to help if you have a question regarding your account or Amy overall. If there's something that you want me to address next week, please drop it below as well. In the interim, between now and next week, I would love to hear your favorite win for the year. So 2019, what did it bring to you? What did you learn? How did you grow? How did you make yourself uncomfortable to grow? I can't wait to read those responses, likely not while live, because again, I get a little emotional and excited. It's like my favorite thing is to watch people kind of break through barriers they didn't realize they had. So have an incredible day. We will get this closed captioned and up for you in the very near future. If you didn't know, we're working on doing that for our live videos from now on. So thank you so much for joining. Have an incredible day, and I will see you next week. Bye, friends.